I got
Yeah.
the prelims on in the background, so if you see me go, it's because somebody got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, this is the pre-show banter that we always have to get us in the mood to really get into these football topics.
I don't
So
ever know when motherfuckers start the show. Oh, yeah, stay on another screen doing research.
right. So hey, guess what? We're back. It's the Saturday show. It's coming to you a little early today. Brought to you by Garfield, who's sitting right behind me on the camera, as you can see, the big orange puffball right here. We're gonna go over that Thursday night game, which it was a decent game. Not a lot of fantasy points in there, unless you had Saquon Barkley, but it was a decent game. We're gonna go over the starts and sits. We're gonna answer some questions. We're gonna call our shot. Garfield's gonna give us a kicker. Then we're gonna hit you with some sleepers. So before we can get any of that going, you know how we got to do this. We got to get this party started with that intro. So let's drop it right about.
You're now about to witness the strength of fantasy football knowledge.
Welcome to the Fantasy Football Avengers Podcast, starring Kyle Shanahan's, Boulevard, GQ, and GI16. And now, here's the boys.
Ew! Look at him. We are back. And as y'all can see, sometime during the intro, refs are killing football has popped up.
No.
Correctly. Hold up. I got it. So you changed it from refs are killing football to refs are killing sports. Sports in general, refs are killing.
Okay. Sports and all caps too, because you ain't wrong.
Amanda Serrano got robbed last night, I'm done.
Yeah. I didn't see that fight, but I heard a lot of people say homegirl got robbed. Yeah.
Oh, it's just landing more punches, and the other girl had a point taken away.
And the referee still had the other girl win by 1 point.
Yeah.
That's across the board.
Hold up. It was the ref that called it. It wasn't no
the judges. I'm saying.
The judges.
Still.
Okay.
The judges had to fight 96-94 for Taylor, the champion. Even with a 1 point takeoff, it made it 95-94. So you're telling me the whole night you had the Taylor winning when in the first round she almost got KO'd with a left hook.
Sports is dirty, man.
I seen pictures of that one girl.
Who, Taylor?
The one that got beat up.
Taylor's right eye was naturally messed up. Serrano's right eye was messed up because of the headbutting. So
she wasn't getting none that night.
No. The only reason why Serrano had anything on her face is because when Taylor headbutted her, she kept rubbing her braid and her head and shoulders into the eye. So the socket just opened up as the night went on. Ask Boulevard, that thing was literally curling into her eyelid.
That's an infection right there.
Yeah,
she definitely got to go to the doctor for that shit.
Dude, she still whooped her ass through 7 rounds. The 8th round was the only round she gave up because she was exhausted, and she went up 3 divisions.
I gotta watch that fight because I heard they was throwing hands.
Yeah, what was the best fight on the card?
So every time those two fight is the best fight on the card, and both times Serrano got robbed.
Yeah, I gotta watch. Well, you gonna make me hold up? They fought again. They fought before.
They fought 8 years ago. 6 to 8 years ago, they fought.
I might have to watch both of them fights. I'm about to watch both of them. That's what I used to like about watching the Hispanics fight, the Latinos fight. Because their fights used to those fights used to be they would stand in the middle of the ring and just throw bombs on each other.
All right, before we go to Thursday Night Football, the night before the fight before that fight was for a welterweight division. It was the champ Barrios versus this up and coming named Ramos, who didn't deserve a title shot because he was like 7-3. I mean 6-4, 6-5. He has some ugly record. but he got a shot anyway. And he went into that fight and he put the beats on the champion. But the problem was, wait. The champion got knocked down. The challenger got knocked down. So both got knocked down in the fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
How the referees had it 113. I mean, the judges. One judge had it 113. One judge had it for the champion 114, 112. And then the other judge had it for the challenger 116, 110. How did you get a 116, 110?
I don't know.
What were you watching?
I don't know. But if you are trying to get, not you, but if anybody's trying to convince me that judges and refs can't be bought or can't be influenced or swayed in some way, shape, or form, to lean towards a bias, you better off going telling that to somebody else, because I honestly fully believe that judges and refs can be bought and swayed.
Listen, I knew judges could be bought and refs the night Pacquiao lost to that European dude. I mean, that Australian dude in Australia the night of the NBA Finals. And Pacquiao was like, wait a minute, I want to watch my Boston Celtics play, and delayed the fight by an hour.
Wow.
And Pacquiao whooped the kid's ass for 12 straight rounds, and they gave the kid a unanimous decision. Or a split decision, whatever it was. Pacquiao lost. Just like when he lost to Tim Bradley, or whatever that goofball is. Not for ESPN. Stop it.
But I want to say the third time he fought Marquez, the refs screwed Marquez out of that. The judges screwed Marquez out of that one.
Pacquiao lost the first fight, won the second fight, won the third fight, and got KO'd in the fourth fight.
I thought Marquez won that third fight.
No, he won the first one legitimately.
Like when he KO'd him in the fourth fight, I said, yeah, he about tired of Pacquiao ass. About tired of Pacquiao ass.
That was just a mistake with Pacquiao trying to be too aggressive. And when
Mickey Gall just got stretched out.
Who got stretched out?
Mickey Gall.
Oh wow.
The dude that beat Punk in his first fight.
Hey Boulevard, wait a minute. I want you my witness. I'm sorry about the ass whipping Notre Dame gave Florida State last week, okay? I forgot to say it last week.
We terrible this year.
You should be used to it by now this season. Shit.
No, they only scored 3 points that whole game.
I haven't watched a Florida State game, I want to say, in about 6 weeks. Like college football, the college football season is over for me. Like I'm strictly on NFL at this point.
I'll pay attention to the game when they're on, but I've been focused more on Liberty until they lost those 2 games in a row. I don't know how. And Colorado.
I may watch a Boise State game, but I ain't watching Florida State.
I love Boise State's field.
I'm not watching Florida State until they do what the fuck they supposed to do.
You ever catch yourself just staring at the field and not even the game and be like, "Oh, that's a nice blue field."
Yeah, I was wondering if an NFL team would take that chance to do some shit like that.
There's a high school by my house that does the same thing. They have the field the exact same way.
Don't somebody have a red field in college football?
Yes.
Louisiana Monroe? No, hold on.
I seen that shit and I was like, whoa, that's nice. Now, if you can get your uniforms to match.
Eastern Washington has a red field.
So does Resident Evil.
Central Washington has purple and gray. Central Arkansas is purple and gray. My bad.
Yes. All right, I got to be out in a little while, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Boulevard. Gloat on this Thursday night reaction. Go ahead, Boulevard. The stage is yours.
Oh, yeah. I loved it started off a little tight.
A little.
Yeah, I mean,
you were like this the whole. You were like this for 3 quarters.
Business being.
This was you for 3 quarters.
Mm-hmm. For real. Like,
look, I'm looking at the game, and I'm getting pissed because at goal line situation, tush push. I'm like, dog, can Saquon get some of these points? And then Saquon had like 2 gigantic runs late in the game, and I'm like,
Saquon had all the
there goes
damn
the points.
points.
There go the points. There go the
Saquon had
points.
all the damn points.
Let's call
Saquon
it spade a
was the
spade
whole
in that game. Washington was holding their own for 3.5 quarters. And then in the middle of the fourth quarter, they pulled the Detroit Lions and just lost the game.
Yeah, they went for
a fourth down and miss.
Instead of just kicking the field goal and being up by a point.
Exactly.
Because that changes. Because Philly came back and scored a TD, and Philly was up by 2 possessions at that point.
No.
Yeah, it was up by 9 points.
No, what I'm talking about was Washington was up, driving. Philly stops them on downs. They score on 2 plays. Washington throws a pick, and then Philly scores again on 1 play. Yeah. And that's when the game changed.
Yeah, but at
it
the
was
same
like
time,
it was like a 15-point or 10-point swing or 15-point swing.
Yeah, at the same time, you don't rush that pass from Jaden Daniels because he rushed that pass. You don't rush that pass if you're not down by 2 possessions. You should have kicked the field goal, gone out by 1. If Philly scores a touchdown, then you can still play your offense. You can still play your offense because you had time on the clock. You can still play your offense. Jaden Daniels started playing hero ball and got picked off.
Hey, I'll take that last second touchdown he threw though, and the 2-point conversion because Ertz got all his points right there.
Right there.
And I was happy with that because I got 18 points with Ertz on the starting this week.
And I cut Ertz right before the game.
I'm mad because I'm losing in our other league that I'm the commissioner in to David 33 to zip already because he got Saquon to zip because he has Saquon and somebody else. I was like, oh god, this is not looking good.
Hey, that boy was it Quinyon? Yeah, Quinyon a beast.
Dude, somebody posted his stats online.
He a beast.
He's stopped in the last 6 games. Every top receiver he's played, none of them have gotten more than 3 catches.
Yeah.
And Terry got 0.
So they're talking about on betting sites, they're talking about take Cup and Nakua under next week.
No, Slade's gonna get killed by one of them.
Yeah. I'm like, you can't take them both. He's not gonna stick both of them. He's not gonna stick both of them. One of them gonna have to get something. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game until like the last 5 minutes.
It wasn't the Bengals Ravens game, but it was a good game.
It was a good game. Like you weren't bored watching.
I was happy with it. I thought it was an entertaining game, especially near the end.
No, I'm saying you can't. It was a great game for what it was, but you can't. Like last week's game was probably the best game Thursday Night's had all season.
Yeah.
Because that game was toe to toe, back and forth.
Yeah, heavyweight. That was a heavyweight fight last week. Like, your fantasy leagues and your fantasy teams thanked you for it.
Exactly. That was Ali versus Frazier right there last week.
Yeah.
And tomorrow's gonna be the same way too. Pittsburgh and Ravens. Woo! In the rain, possibly. Woo!
Yeah, I'm expecting Pickens. I'm expecting Pickens to get loose.
Yeah, that Ravens. They're down another cornerback.
Yeah, I saw that. So
Arthur Millette.
So it's gonna be tough sledding. But then they just picked up White, right? Tre'Davious. They just picked him up.
No. But he's hot garbage.
Right. He's washed at this point. He's washed.
Hey,
honestly, the Ravens should have got a DE.
At the end of the season, I want you to look at the rest of your team except Quinton Minshew and compare them to Christian Gonzalez. Remember our earlier season argument we had?
I remember.
And watch Christian Gonzalez is going to have better stats than everybody else on the team.
Cooper DeJean doing some shit too now.
No, but he plays mostly safety, brother. Come on, stop it.
Yeah, I mean,
we're talking about Christian Gonzalez. When you play the Pats, that boy is sticking every number one receiver. Just
Yeah,
like Quinton
no
Mitchell.
doubt. I was definitely a little wrong on Christian Gonzalez.
I told you.
I was
And-
definitely wrong. I
Dude,
can't
I
deny it.
watched him in college.
And
Listen,
he's being wasted
if there's
with
one
the
thing
Patriots.
that me and the hater over here to our left do very well is watch college football.
I'm
And
a
that
hater.
goes- Yes, you are. And you
Who am
know
I
why
a
you're
hater
a hater.
of?
You know why you're a hater.
Who am I a hater of?
You
I
have selective memory.
I
of who
don't
you put in jail.
I don't hate great players. I hate players. I hate players that bust on my team.
I'm saying in
That's-
general, you hate
that's
on
who I
certain
hate.
players, and you pick and choose who you want to go to jail. Your jail should be full of half the NFL right now because half the NFL has been hot trash.
Yeah, I'm not putting people in there for having 4 or 5 bad games. I put you in there for having 4 or 5 bad years. I put you in there for having 4 or 5 bad years.
See Boulevard? He's
bad years.
Years. It's about the season, not the past.
No,
it's about
no.
now.
When I started bum jail because I wanted to punish players that we keep drafted every year that do nothing for our team.
It's about now. At this current moment,
how you going to tell me what it's about when I establish the rules?
League that belongs in bum jail.
You can't tell me what it is when I establish the rules. You can't tell me that. You like to walk up in people's houses and tell them how to run their house.
We're gonna have a group meeting after this, Boulevard, and we're gonna fix this issue.
Okay.
No,
it was like an intervention to me. I don't know.
Exactly.
For you, yes, for you. For you, because you consistently want Kyle Pitts to come out of jail for getting
it's not about Kyle Pitts. It's not about Kyle Pitts. See, the problem with you is you think I'm only talking about Pitts. It's not about Pitts. It's about everybody.
No, because Pitts is the one you keep going.
This whole league has been horrific this year. Half of the league belongs in bum jail.
Yeah, I'm not putting people in bum jail,
especially the tight end position.
I'm not putting Travis Kelce in bum jail. I'm not putting Travis Kelce in bum jail. Travis Kelce's eating
solitary confinement for the shit he's been providing for us all year.
No, Travis Kelce's been eating lately since Homeboy went down. Travis Kelce been eating. He stepped up. Now you can start him.
See, Boulevard, this is where I start getting into
wait. What week are we in? We're week 11, right?
Week 11.
We're going to week 11. So he's had more good weeks than he has bad weeks.
That's a damn lie. I own him in the league. He's only giving me 3 good weeks out of the fucking 10 weeks we've had. So stop the shit.
No, he's definitely giving you more than 3 good weeks.
Continue this thing. I'm gonna look it up so I can tell you.
Definitely giving you more than 3 good weeks. You got anything else you want to add to Thursday night Boulevard? So you can gloat some more?
Yeah. I mean, Barkley was the man. Jalen Hurts got his. It don't really look like it because his numbers don't jump off, but he had 260 total yards and a touchdown. I mean, Daniels, looked like a rookie. I guess somebody finally brought him back down to earth.
You know what it is? I think that rib injury is slowing him down.
Could be, but I mean, it was a big step up against a defense that's actually like playing as well as the Eagles have been, and there's no way he wouldn't have been able to do enough to win.
Who?
Daniels.
Oh no.
There was no scenario where he could do enough to beat that defense the way they've been playing these last 4 or 5 weeks.
I think they're the number 1 defensive football right now.
Yeah, they have completely bought into what Vic Fangio is doing. Could you imagine if the Dolphins players weren't crying like they were, how their defense could have looked if they would have bought in to what Vic Fangio was doing?
I'm waiting to wait a minute. Have y'all played any good teams outside of Washington?
Not really. Green Bay beat Green Bay in Brazil.
They're not good. I'm waiting for y'all to play like a contender. When y'all play a contender, that's when I'm going to agree on your defense finally changing. Even though N'Kobe Dean did give Jaden Daniels a hit yesterday.
Rams this week, Ravens next week. I mean, Rams next week, Ravens week after.
That Ravens game. Ooh, I'm watching. That should be a primetime game.
Right now it's the 425 game.
That's a prime time game.
They need to flex that. They need to flex that.
You listen. This year, the channels are not giving up these games because the 4 o'clock game tomorrow. The 4 o'clock game tomorrow should be the night game tomorrow.
I don't blame them. Honestly, I wouldn't give it up.
Night game tomorrow.
If I had a good game, I wouldn't give that shit up.
Because why do
I seen one game get flexed though. One game did get flexed. They flexed it like 2 weeks ahead of time though.
Yeah, but I think that was Washington.
Something like that. Somebody got flexed.
They don't care about Washington.
So who's the Sunday night game next week?
The
week after that. The week the Ravens play the Eagles.
Hold on.
Who's the Sunday night game that week? Watch it be two bums.
Is that week 12? 13?
Yeah. No, 13. 13, because 12 y'all got to play the Rams.
Week 13 Sunday night game is Cleveland at Denver. That's Monday night. It's y'all. It's San Fran at Buffalo.
Ooh.
Oh, no. Ooh. You're not flexing that game.
Nah.
You're not flexing.
Monday night game is Cleveland at Denver.
Yeah, they could have definitely flexed that to Monday. Yeah. Nobody want to see Cleveland and Denver.
No.
And granted, you might get some offense out of that game. You might, but nobody want to see that. I would rather see Lamar Jackson and Saquon Barkley on a Monday night than Bo Nix.
No question. I just want to point out that the Eagles have won 3 straight road games by more than 20 points. So
nice.
My wife is watching the Vince McMahon thing right now. Why does he have the Don Quixote mustache?
He looks like a Mexican.
And
I'm not saying that in a negative light. He just looks Hispanic. I'm sorry. He looks like Gomez Adams.
Can we get what's up with them starts and sits?
You got the games up.
I will have the games up there. Yeah.
Hold on. We don't have any 9:00 games tomorrow, do we?
No.
Good. Thank you.
I think last week was the last one. I think.
Thank you.
I think.
I do not want to have to try to get up and force myself to watch 2 bum teams play.
Nope. First game is Green Bay at Chicago. Green Bay by 5.5.
Take the over.
Over under 40.5.
Take Green Bay to cover. Take the money line. Just take Green Bay in general.
Yeah, the Bears are bearing. I think the only person you can start from that team right now is probably Swift.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm starting.
Yeah, like Caleb Williams. He started off hot, but now he's nosediving.
Yeah. That's the disappointing part. He should be showing it.
You consider this hot? This was Caleb Williams the whole beginning of the season. This is Caleb Williams the last 3 weeks.
He was trending up before they went on bye because they went overseas, beat the hell out the Jaguars. He had like 300 yards and like 4 TDs in that game or something like that. And so I thought that, okay, this is it. This is his breakout game.
Listen, there's only
one
rookie.
Since they've been back.
There's only one rookie who's I'm going to give any respect to about trending up at quarterback, and that's it. All the other rookies that are quarterbacks are this.
It's true. Bo Nix is the other one.
I'll give him later, like you said, down the line, yes. But every quarterback that's been drafted, except for May now is different.
Yeah, May. I'm gonna put it to you like this. I like them all except Caleb. Caleb is the only one I don't like.
Jaden Daniels is the only one that's here.
Jaden Daniels is up. Jaden Daniels is up there.
All the other quarterbacks are here.
May is right here.
And Nix.
Yeah. No, Nix is a little bit high. Nix is a little bit high.
They're there in the middle.
Yeah, they both in the middle, but Nix is he's climbing that ladder just a little more.
Caleb is in that cave with the
Caleb is right here.
What was that character they kept talking about in Silence of the Lambs that kidnapped people?
What happened?
Silence of the Lambs. What was the name of that killer that
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo
That's
Bill.
it.
He's in Buffalo Bill's home. That's what Taylor's at. Jackass. Listen, the Bears. There's another team that's even worse than the Bears right now, and we're gonna get to them in a second. But Jesus Christ, the Bears are horrific.
Yeah, you know what? I honestly think they may be another team that's cursed.
I told you that already. We had this
Like, I think it's them and the Jets. Could you imagine
the Browns too?
Browns, yeah.
Could you imagine?
The Raiders,
could you imagine if you got the
Cowboys,
Bears and the Jets in the Super Bowl? Could you?
I don't know.
Could
I
you
wouldn't say the
imagine?
Cowboys are cursed. I'd say the Cowboys got a dumbass running the program.
That's why they're cursed.
He's the curse.
Yeah.
And the curse can only be lifted by him perishing.
No,
All right,
I don't think that's no, because his son's going to take over, and his son is just as much of a dumbass.
Let's even more of a dumbass.
Let's reel ourselves back real quick. For the Packers, you got to start Love, start Reed, Kraft, and Josh Jacobs.
Your boy too.
Oh, and Dobbs. But you know, I'm not gonna keep repeating that. That should be automatic now. Reed and Dobbs should be automatics every week.
Yeah.
That's the only relevancy outside of Kraft, who Kraft has been coming up recently. That should be automatic starts for the Raiders. I mean the Packers. Sorry.
Yeah, this week, I definitely want to start Love this week. Even though he's been trending towards CJ Stroud territory lately. The thing about Love is you got to throw caution to the wind. If you have nobody else, yes, start Love. But if you have somebody else, I'm cautious because Love don't be making it through these games, bruh. You be mad as hell. He got to lead a game in the second quarter with another injury. You be mad as hell. So throw caution to the wind with start Love. If you have somebody else, another decent option, play him. But if you have Caleb Williams as your backup, then you got to start Love.
What's the next game, Boulevard?
What's the next game?
Jacksonville at Detroit.
There we go.
By 13 and a half.
Go everything Detroit. Everything.
This should be an ass whooping. This should be an ass whooping.
Jacksonville got nobody tomorrow.
Yeah, they don't. But at the same time, I felt like the Vikings should have whipped that ass last week, and the Vikings only scored 12 points. The way the NFL is nowadays with gambling and shit, it's just like, all right, the games that you think should be ass whoopings and teams getting off, some odd reason they're closer than they should be. Golf will go out there and throw another 6 picks again, like, and then you be mad as hell. But
I was gonna say start Laporta. Oops, I can't. He's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt. Laporta's hurt. So that means fire up J-Mo. J-Mo gonna get some targets this week.
Possibly.
Yeah, J-Mo gonna get the targets. And of course,
Patrick.
Of course, both running backs. You start them both. If you got them, Montgomery, and
that means
after this year, Montgomery should not be a mid-round pick after this year.
No. That means
like he's proven.
Brown should be getting more touches this week.
Yeah.
Any expectations for these Lions corners?
Not
bad. Tight ends. What the fuck? These tight ends, now that Laporta's out?
I wouldn't touch any of the tight ends. It's going to be Tim Patrick or Jamison Williams getting that love.
Okay.
Possibly a split between the both of them because that's what happens when one player's hurt. Patrick automatically is getting 3, 4, 5 catches attempts a game, and he's making the most out of it.
Well, hopefully with Laporta out, Jared Goff will actually not try to force feed him the ball and actually throw to the open man.
No comment.
Because it looks like to me, since Goff's been trying to force feed Laporta the ball, he has been trash.
That's where all his insults have been coming from.
So hopefully Goff will actually have a decent game this week.
I gotta say that line's too large. 13 and a half.
They're expecting an ass whooping.
It's gonna be an ass whooping.
They're expecting an ass whooping because Mac Jones is starting, right? Mac
Yes,
Jones is starting.
It's gonna be Mac Jones and ETN because Tank Bigsby's hurt.
Yeah.
That's why it's easy to say this. This is the easiest one to say. Next game,
right?
Minnesota at Tennessee. Minnesota by 6. Because
I say Minnesota barely covers the spread, but that should be a good game because that Tennessee defense is just nasty.
Yeah, like you said, Minnesota wasn't on fire last week either. So
yeah. I wish that Minnesota team would have showed up and played the 49ers.
No, it usually happens when Darisaw goes down. The minute Darisaw goes down, that whole team just starts.
Yeah. So
and they got a legitimate backup from Jacksonville. Cam Robinson, and they still playing bad.
Yeah. Start TJ Hawkinson, start Justin Jefferson.
That's obvious.
I don't know if you start Sam Darnold this week.
I am.
You're starting Sam Darnold?
Aaron Jones.
Start Calvin Ridley. I didn't think I was going to say this, but start Calvin Ridley.
Somebody cut him, right? And they thought they could pick him back up.
Nah.
But in this Niners league I'm in, I think it's with you. No. It's Brad Graham's Discord league. The guy cut him and tried to get him back for like $55. One other person put 100 or something fab, it was 35.53 with a $5. You know how much I put?
How much?
It wasn't really my fault. It was Brian Thomas. Somebody cut Brian Thomas and thought they were gonna get him back for like $30. So one put 35, one put 53. I put $150.
How much fab are you allowed?
You started at 1,000. I only used my fab money twice. Because I've only been streaming defenses and kickers mostly, and filling little spots here and there for like injuries on and off.
I've never done a fab league. I think I may do one next year.
It's there, but I don't really need it. You get what I mean? But I used it because I saw Brian Thomas. I'm like, ooh, Thomas.
Now, when y'all do fab, do you have a regular draft or do you have an auction draft?
No, you have the regular draft. This league did a regular draft. They just have the fab bucks there for certain like beginning of the week pickups. Okay, but I'm not like half that league rushes to go pick up people every week. I don't. I just see, oh, wait a minute. They cut this person. Oh, thank you. Injury reserve. And then the thing I didn't like about this league, they have no IRs.
How do you not have IRs? Hey, are you commissions that don't have at least one IR spot? What are you doing? This is a 17-week league now, and they're talking about doing 18. Dudes are not going to be able to make it through the whole damn season. You need to have IR spots, at least two. You know what it is? Those commissioners that do that, they want you to drop players so that they can pick them up and they can hold them on their team. Like, I don't like people who set rules, and they set the rules for it to be better for them. Like, they have a strategy and they set the rules of their league to their strategy. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Oh, that's just flat out cheating. So
it really is. It really is. Honestly, it really is. Until they come across a player that has seen all that before. So and they're like, okay, this is how you want to do it. Bet. All right, cool. I'm playing with your rules.
What's the next game?
Next game is Vegas at Miami.
I'm taking Miami.
What's the over under in that game?
43.5. Miami by 7.
I think Miami gonna cover that. I think Miami's definitely gonna cover that. I think Miami might actually because that Raiders defense is not good. So So Tua should eat this game. This is the game. This is the game we've been waiting for.
Tyreek Hill,
If you got Tyreek Hill, you got Waddle, you got
Beckham.
I don't know if Beckham's gonna do much. He may. I don't know.
He got a couple passes last game.
We'll see.
Yo,
But
John
A-Chan, even Mostert. If you got Mostert, and
John
A-Chan,
Smith has been eating recently.
who?
John Smith, the tight end.
Yeah. I didn't think that Tua was going to use him like that when he came back, but Jonnu has been there. Like when Tua got the rush band down on him, Jonnu was always open. So yeah.
And of course, you start your usual Brock Bowers.
Yeah, of course.
And Jacoby Myers, and that's it.
Of course. That Brock Bowers is the only consistent on that team. And I like Jacoby. I just don't like Jacoby on that team.
Agreed.
I would rather Jacoby be with a different quarterback, somebody that can get him the ball, because he's a pass catching MFer, and I would rather him be on somebody's team where he can catch a lot of passes. No, we got enough. We got enough mouths to feed.
Hey,
GI.
we still got Ronnie Bell, so
Hey, you know what? You're right about that. You were right about that. Because Ronnie Bell needs to be at somebody's Walmart.
he should be the greeter.
Right.
Nah, fuck that. He be on Kmart.
Y'all still got a Kmart?
No.
The out of business? And Kmart is out of business.
Fuck that. He be on Big Lots. Ronnie Big Lots Bell. That's where he belongs. And they're closing down too.
In the back. He belong in the back stocking. That's where he belongs at.
Again,
and I'm pretty sure while he's on the line, somebody's going to try to toss him something and he's going to drop it.
Exactly. Yo, Boulevard, this has been easy to say. Next game. Good God, this is a terrible weekend.
Could you imagine Ronnie Bell getting into it with his lady? And he's trying to end the argument. He's like, all right, can we just drop it? And she says, like you do on the field.
You know he's storming out mad. All that shit.
Roberto Duran should sue Ronnie Bell for copyright infringement of using his name. Hands of Stone.
Didn't somebody Tavares Jackson? Didn't his wife tell him something like that when he pulled the gun on her? She's like, I seen you on the field. You're not accurate, so you're going to miss, or something like that. She said,
"Damn,"
and I was like, Jesus.
Listen, this is gonna sound effed up when I say it. Not everybody can be Ray Ray.
Ray, which one?
Caruth.
Ooh. I thought you talk about the other one, Lewis.
No. What's the next game?
You say only one of those Ray Rays was convicted.
Exactly.
Next game is Los Angeles.
They both did it.
Patriots.
They both did it.
The Rams at the Patriots?
Rams at the Patriots. Rams by 4.5.
Well, we know one receiver was going to be put on Smash. Whoever's on that Christian Gonzalez side.
Right. Christian Gonzalez is probably going. He's probably going to take Nakua. He's probably going to take Nakua.
He's going to follow him the whole game.
Is he one of those corners that follows?
I believe he should. He should follow Puka the whole game, which is probably going to leave Cooper Kupp to do his thug dizzle and have a Cooper Kupp game.
6 receptions and an injury.
Stop it, Boulevard. Stop it. I have a lot of Cooper Kupp stock this year. I need you to stop it. Stop the malarkey.
He just wants some hurt before their game. That's what it is.
Right.
You
You
can only be hurt against San Francisco, right? No. He miss next week's game.
We just got lucky and they still beat us. This game, I say start Stevenson, May.
Yeah.
DeMario, if you need a receiver from their team.
If you're in a deeper league, definitely start DeMario.
Because they just cut Tyler Thornton or Tyquan Thornton. I mean,
they did.
Yeah,
I like Tyquan Thornton on our team.
I'll take him over fucking Ronnie Bell.
That dude is fast,
and he could be a returner for us.
He is fast.
They also
didn't he run like a sub 4.3?
Yes.
That boy is fast.
Of course, for the Rams, you start Nakua, you start Williams, you start Cup, possibly start Bradford, possibly, depending on what league you're in.
You said Kyron already, right?
Yeah, I said Williams.
With one of those guys getting locked up, you might be able to start Kobe Parkinson this week.
No, he got benched for David Allen.
I was doing that for Boulevard.
I know. I didn't want to get his hopes high.
I wasn't paying attention.
We was talking about your mans.
The injury report, huh?
We talking about your mans.
Kobe Parkinson.
Oh yeah. No, I'm off him. It's his bandwagon. He
off the bandwagon. He's a failure.
Yeah. What's the next game?
That man just feeling that life. Next game. Cleveland at New Orleans. Cleveland by 1.
Jesus Christ.
Over under 44.5. Take Cleveland by more than 1.
This belongs in the Bumble category.
We starting MVS.
Unfortunately, depending on the league you're in, yes.
Yeah,
I say Kamara guarantee.
Of course, you start Kamara, but Olave is not.
No, he's done
this week. He might be done. He might be done for the season.
You're starting Kamara. You're starting Nick Chubb if you have to. That's really it.
Yeah.
And
no. You start
Njoku.
You start Tillman too.
Yeah.
You can
you
got to start.
Really
Tillman.
got questions about Tillman.
Yeah, you got to start. You got to start Tillman.
That's like starting MVS. If you have to start either of those two.
Tillman's actually getting. He's actually getting.
But I'm saying if you have to start those two, as either injuries or those are deep leagues you're in.
I would actually start him not so in a deep league because of the targets that he's getting, and because of who.
But are you going to start him over players you got on your bench on your starting lineup?
I would start Cedric Tillman over. I'd probably start him over Devontae Adams.
Listen,
no,
I won't argue that.
Next game.
I was going through. Yeah, I mean, shit. Tillman's got 12, 9, and 11 targets in his last 3 games.
Yeah, that's why I would start Tillman. That's exactly why. Because even in garbage time, I will take garbage time points. I don't care how the points come. Just give me the points.
All right, next game is Indy at the Jets. Jets by 4, 43.5.
Anthony Richardson, the Undertaker, is back. Do we have any hope for his wide receivers this week?
Nah.
So we're not looking at Josh Downs this week.
Is the Jets secondary intact?
Sauce is still there.
What's the other guy? Reed? DJ
Sauce
Reed?
DJ Reed.
Is Reed and Sauce. Those are the corners.
Yeah.
Reed is somebody I'm pissed that we let get away.
Who the Jets
if they both playing, then no, I ain't got no hope for the coach receivers.
Yeah, Pittman's not playing. Pittman ain't playing either.
Yeah, Pittman's hurt.
And Anthony Richardson can't throw for freaking 5 minutes.
So there you go.
Yeah.
No hope for those receivers.
The only hope you have is that Jonathan Taylor breaks off some good runs and opens the field.
But if you got Jonathan Taylor, you got to start him.
Oh yeah,
you do.
You got to start him.
Even in bad looking matchups, you got to start him because you just never know. Like he's one of those one play could turn his whole week around. And you ain't pick up Jonathan Taylor for him to sit on your bench. So
as far as As far as the Jets,
It's his usual suspects.
yeah.
You have to if you have to start Adams, you start Adams. You start Brees Hall.
Brees.
I'm starting Brees Hall every week. I don't care.
Mhm.
Every week.
And depending on the league you have, if you have to start Rodgers, you start Rodgers.
Yep. If you have no other quarterback, or if you're in a 2-quarterback league, Rodgers is not a bad play this week.
Yeah.
What's the next game?
Excuse me. Baltimore by 3 over Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Start everybody. Start picking. Start Russ. Start Jalen Warren. You starting Andrews, unfortunately, because he's actually been playing good.
That's not unfortunate. That's not unfortunate. With the way the tight ends been, like you said, the way the tight ends been playing this year, that's quite on schedule.
No, but I say unfortunate because he's been on point for the last 3 weeks, and then tomorrow he could disappear in a matter of a fart.
I don't think he's gonna disappear. I think Lamar took it personal when people were saying that Andrew shouldn't be on the team anymore.
Of course,
I seen him respond to people and told him STF you, and so I was like, okay, well, he's about to start getting Andrews the ball again.
Of course, you start Lamar, King Henry,
of course,
Zay Flowers,
and this is really a bad matchup for the both of them because Pittsburgh's defense is really good. But you still got to start him because you just never know. You just never know. Flowers? Could you? Are we starting Fryermuth in this game?
I would.
He could be a difference maker in this game.
The only person I'm not starting is Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
Rumor. The Seahawks had a plan to draft both Deebo Samuels and DK Metcalf in the second round of the 2019 draft, per Adam Schefter. Who cares?
That'd have been a big ass fucking receiver row.
I'm glad they did. I'm glad we got one of the two. Because Seattle with Deebo and DK would have been tough to stop on offense.
See if the Niners weren't stupid, we could have had Deebo and Scary Terry, but they wanted to pick Jalen Hurd bum ass. But I digress.
We picked Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson.
No. Listen, your team goes down in history as the stupidest franchise.
Y'all picked somebody else over another good wide receiver too, didn't y'all?
You know what? History probably did. I can't recall it, but probably.
As a matter of fact, you guys, and was it Minnesota for taking that stupid trade for that running back that Dallas had back in the day.
Herschel Walker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good God.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you the worst trade was the Saints, Ricky Waters. That was the worst.
No, Herschel Walker was worse, bro.
Nah, the Saints gave up he gave up his whole draft.
Dallas robbed
running back.
Dude, Dallas robbed Minnesota, and they knew they robbed Minnesota.
Of course they did. But Mike Ditka gave up his whole draft
because he was desperate
to draft Ricky Waters.
No. Desperation and stupidity are two different things.
No. That was a bit of both. Because he gave up picks.
That Ditka pick was desperation.
Yeah, he gave up picks, high round picks in the next draft too. Did he give up a second?
2 or 3 consecutive drafts he gave up picks for.
Yeah, something like that.
That Minnesota trade was egregious. You
only hate it because it gave Dallas a dynasty.
No, it was stupid. You gave Dallas all those picks for an egregious fucking running back who was not on his incline. He was on his decline early in his career. At that was a terrible trade. Jimmy Johnson bamboozled Minnesota so bad. Minnesota didn't recover for almost 10, 15 years.
They haven't recovered. They haven't recovered. Still,
They somewhat.
No, there was their year they went 15-1 a few years after that trade.
Who?
They lost on that
oh yeah, I
field
forgot
goal in
about
the
that.
playoffs.
I forgot about that when Randall Cunningham. It was like Randy Moss's first year in the league.
No, that wasn't
Might
a
have been his
couple
first
years.
year.
That was almost 7 or 8 years. What are you talking
Yeah.
about, Boulevard? That Herschel Walker.
No,
he's
he said he didn't recover. I was just saying he had
responding to
that
me
year.
saying that he didn't recover.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that
That
year.
play was 89, and then that happened in the late 90s.
Yeah, that was like 98. Yeah.
Damn near 10 years.
Minnesota's had a couple decent seasons since then. They made it to the NFC Championship game with Case Keenum at the quarterback position. After that miracle over the Saints, where the Saints player hit the Ray Lewis dance instead of wrapping up Diggs. That was crazy. I walked out the room. I'm like, well, Saints going to the championship game. I come back in the room because I had family over. I come back in the room. I hear like everybody screaming. I come back in the room. I'm like, what happened? It's like, yo, you got to see what happened. I can't even describe that shit. I'm looking at it like, yo, how?
Top 3 worst tackles of all time.
It wasn't even a tackle. It's like he swayed out the way. Like, I don't know what he was doing. But he swayed out the way with that one. And that was the year the Eagles won.
Yes, I know. Next game.
Yeah.
Next game is Atlanta at Denver.
Probably going to be a very good game. I'll take Denver.
Denver by 2, 44.5.
Take the over. I'm taking Denver to cover.
Start Bo Nix.
Starting both quarterbacks.
Start Cortland Sutton.
You're starting Sutton. You're starting both teams running backs. Whether I think Estime and
Did Javonte get hurt or something?
No, he's still playing. He's healthy. It's just that they're beginning to ramp up estimated like they said they were going to do.
This must be Javonte's last year.
It is.
Okay. Makes sense.
You're probably starting Javonte and Estime for Denver, Cortland, and Bo.
Start Vele. In deeper league, start Vele.
And then for the Saints, for the Falcons, everybody except Mooney. No Mooney too. Well, be careful with Mooney because of the calf injury.
If he plays.
No, he's playing.
If he's out there, start him. Because you pretty much ain't at this point in the season, you probably don't have very many options to play over him. Unless you got Tillman. I'd start Tillman over Mooney this week if I had to.
Agreed.
But yeah. What time is the game?
That's a
4:05.
That's a 4:05.
Atlanta, Denver, 4 o'clock.
Oh, they're at Denver. That's why.
It's a 4 o'clock game.
Yeah, at Denver.
I don't know if I'm starting Kirk Cousins this week. I don't know if I'm starting Kirk Cousins this week. It's a non-1 o'clock game and it's away. I don't know if I'm starting Kirk Cousins this week.
But it's not prime time, so we're good. As we've been saying very easily through all these games. Next game.
Now we guess y'all up to bet. Seattle's coming to visit your team, your boys in San Francisco. Y'all up 6.5 point favorite, and the over under is 47.5.
You start Metcalf, JSN, Kenneth Walker. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know about starting Geno. He may get some garbage time points, but his starting center quit. He quit in the middle of the He pulled a boulevard. God damn it, I quit.
His starting center retired. His right guard is the worst in the league. And he just got back his right tackle.
Yeah, their offensive line is going to be in shambles this week. So I'm
and
expecting Geno to be under pressure the whole game.
They just cut both their starting linebackers from the beginning of the season, and one was a captain. Both gone.
Ramp up CMC this week.
Ricky Sent,
Jawan Jennings,
Debo, Kittle, and Purdy.
If Kittle plays, yes.
Kittle's gonna play.
He's had some hamstring issues.
He was questionable. Him, Nick, and the Gorilla are all gonna play. They were all questionable.
Well, they men. They're gonna man their way through it. It's Seattle. It's Seattle week. Seattle. We're doing in Seattle now what they used to do to us back in the day.
We're going for number 7 this week.
Yeah. Long time coming.
And of course, Metcalf already opened his mouth.
Yeah.
So.
The second time, the first time, as if the first time he got shut down wasn't enough. You're gonna run your mouth again. Like, don't.
And now you're not playing. And listen. Mooney,
don't give the better players bulletin board material.
Mooney, please recover. Take as much time as you need. Losing a child sucks.
Yes, it does.
I don't ever want to have that feeling. But Ronaldo Green and the Hyena are gonna have a field day for that bulletin board shenanigans.
Yeah, Ronaldo Green is definitely looking like he wants to be the starter next year.
Oh, he's going to be the starter.
And I remember when the draft happened, and I told y'all Ronaldo Green's going to be a good player. Told y'all that.
What's the next game?
KC at Buffalo. Game of the week.
Ooh. You started everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Buffalo by 2, believe it or not.
Buffalo. Take the over.
They think Buffalo will be the one to stop the streak.
Buffalo.
46.5 is
take the over and take Buffalo.
So they
and
Buffalo's
back. And Amari Cooper's back.
Buffalo's gonna stop the streak. That's what we doing.
That's what I see.
Okay. I like it. I like it. I'm all for it. Somebody putting these boys in a place. I'm all for it. Hopefully this turns out to be a legend, another notch in their legendary quarterback duels. Hopefully they both can go over 300 yards.
I think Mahomes throws for 2 picks.
Of course, it's Mahomes. He's gonna throw picks.
Listen, this is me calling my shot right now. Mahomes throws a pick in the middle of the game and a pick at the end of the game to steal it for Buffalo. That's my call your shot.
Okay.
I'm about to leave, so I'm calling my shot now.
He's calling his shot now. Okay. That's the first time we've had somebody call an undershot on somebody.
Yeah, I like it.
And no offense, Ken. After we finish, you start to say, "Can I get the Garfield kicker of the week, please, before I go to work?"
You want the Garfield kicker of the week?
That's my joy every Saturday. When I'm on the road and I miss it, I get kind of upset that I have to wait to watch the replay just so I can get the Garfield kicker of the week.
All right, so we're gonna for my boy, my brother. We're gonna go out of queue after we do the starts and sits. We're gonna present the Garfield kicker of the week.
Garfield.
Yeah.
Mind you, I don't like cats, but I like Garfield.
What's the next game?
Cincinnati goes to LA to play the Chargers. Chargers are 1.5.
This is Sunday night game, right?
This better be a shootout.
Yeah.
This better be a shootout.
Herbert versus Burrow. Hey, your weeks at this point, your weeks are on the line at this point.
It's gonna be unfortunate that I say this. Start both quarterbacks.
Yeah, because Herbert is playing against a terrible defense. So Herbert should be able to get off.
He's going to get sacked a couple times, but yes.
He should be able to get off. Hopefully, Ladd McConkey will show something this week because he's been taking a back seat to Quentin last couple weeks.
Johnston. Ugh.
Yeah, Quentin has been going off.
This will be a big Dobbins game, I believe.
Yeah, because Cincinnati can't stop the run either. They can't really do nothing on defense. They can't. So Herbert should get loose.
Start both running backs because Chase Brown has been eating. Start both quarterbacks. Start Jamar.
Start Chase.
Be careful with T. Higgins.
I have no choice in all my leagues. I have no choice. I need a big shot.
I prefaced it with be careful with T. Higgins. That's what I'm going to say.
Now,
if you need to start Gesicki, start Gesicki.
If Higgins is playing, I'm being cautious on Gesicki. If Higgins is playing,
I would start Gesicki over Higgins.
Say he's playing.
So I'm being cautious on Gesicki because Gesicki, he gets a lot of targets when Higgins doesn't play. But when Higgins does play, it's like Gesicki just fades back into the background.
Exactly.
And then it's gonna be Chase, the other Chase, and Higgins all getting the catches.
Chase Brown's gonna get at least 10 targets in receiving.
Whoever picked up Chase Brown in their leagues this year, like, you guys are loving it. You guys are loving it because Chase Brown is giving you everything. He's giving you everything.
Love
Chase Brown should not be a mid-round pick next year. Chase Brown should be, unless they draft Gene T, Chase Brown should be the guy going forward.
Listen, God willing,
he's already looking better on that offense than Mixon has.
God willing, whoever gets Genty next year.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna talk to Dame. Who's in the last place in our dynasty league? I'm gonna trade him all three of my draft picks to Genty.
What's the next game?
The Monday night.
The Monday night game is Houston at Dallas. Houston is a 7.5 point favorite.
Should be more than that.
Let me start with this. Jordan Lewis and Deron Bland are not playing also.
Yeah, and Nico Collins is back. So this should be an ass whooping. We should get good CJ Stroud this week.
Start everybody in fucking Houston.
Yeah.
Literally everybody.
Even Damian Pierce. He may get some run in garbage time.
It'll be garbage time by the third quarter.
Yeah.
This should be.
The only two Cowboys you're starting this week are CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson. That's it.
If CJ Stroud doesn't go out there and tear that Cowboys defense up, all three of us are dragging this motherfucker to bum jail next week.
Oh, listen.
Look, if he don't,
that's right. CJ Lamb.
This is your homework for the weekend. If he bums it, I want you having me suplex his ass into bum jail.
Yes.
We're gonna
power bomb or whatever.
We're gonna doomsday device his ass into bum jail.
Jesus, he's terrible.
CeeDee Lamb is questionable with a back injury.
He's still
of course, because he's had to carry that team this year. Yes. So that was your starts and sits. And so what we're going to do for my boy, we're going to jump ahead and we're going to go ahead and give y'all Garfield's kicker of the week.
Yes.
And now, Garfield's kicker of the week.
Me and Kyle have been watching Ninja Turtles all day, and now it seems as if the Chiefs are switching kickers after the injury. So I like Spencer Shredder this weekend. His name is Shredder. Shredder's gang was the Foot Clan. He's got to be a good kicker.
Guess who?
Oh no, not Nermal.
Yes, it's Black Nermal, the world's cutest kitty cat. And Garfield, you've been messing these up for a couple weeks now.
Kyle, get Nermal out of here before I ship him to Abu Dhabi. No, too good for him.
I'm selecting John Parker Romo. I'm too cute to be wrong.
Hey, Kyle, when Nermal's wrong, can we ship him to a country that doesn't like cats, like South Korea?
And that was Garfield's kicker of the week.
Who's the Black Nermal?
Black Nermal and John Parker Romo.
Wow.
And Schrader. Oh my God.
Hey, probably
the best Garfield of the season.
Look,
probably the best Garfield of the season.
Look, when I say when it came together, I said, yeah, this is gonna be that one. This is that one. This is the one. Like I don't know where we go from here, but that was the one.
That was good television right there.
Yeah. Black Nermal. Get nothing but love over here.
So we got Black Nermal and Young Christ of Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, wait till we get into that one.
Well, I'll watch that one later then. All right, fellas.
All right, be good. Enjoy your day.
Peace and love, my brother.
Later,
Be
brothers.
careful.
All right, Boulevard, you got some questions for me?
Yeah. Okay. I guess. Yeah. Shit. You can scrap on the screen. All right. Somebody says for Flex PPR League, who should they start? Mooney, Stevenson, Tillman, or Shakir?
Shakir. Shakir. At this point, Shakir shouldn't even be a flex. With as many targets as Shakir gets every week, Shakir shouldn't even be a flex. Shakir should be in your starter. Should be in your starter. It should be however many wide receiver spots you got. Like Shakir just gets targets. Tillman is probably a bigger play guy, but
right.
I don't like counting on big plays.
No, you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Right. I like knowing that you're going to get targets. I like knowing that you like MVS. I don't know if I want to chase what MVS just did, even though I know he's going to get the Rashid Shaheed targets going forward because he's a fast guy. I don't know if I want to chase those targets. He got three targets, and 2 of them went for long touchdowns. I don't know if I want to chase that. Right. I don't know if I want to chase that versus somebody who's getting 10, 11, 12 targets per week. Like, give me the targets. Targets are like lottery tickets. One of them has got to hit. So yeah, give me the person with the targets.
I mean, yeah, really, the obvious choice would be one of Tillman or Shakir.
Yeah, that's the obvious choice.
So I mean, Stevenson's going to be ineffective in the fourth quarter because they're going to be playing from behind. So,
and then Stevenson has gotten benched. I don't like playing players that I feel like, okay, if you got benched once, and you had a fumble issue, you could get benched again. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just too cerebral with it, but it's like I only like players that I know, 1, are going to play the whole game, 2, are going to get a lot of carries, or get a lot of reps, get a lot of carries, get a lot of targets. Like, I like throwing players out there that I know have more chances over a 4-quarter period, have more chances of doing something for my fantasy team. I don't like those boomer bust players.
Somebody else says pick 2 to start: Puka, Debo, or Tillman. Like, there's going to be a lot of Tillman on here.
Puka and Debo. I like Tillman, but Debo likes to go off against the Seahawks. So give me Puka. Give me Puka and Debo. Puka's going to get a lot of targets. Debo may get a lot of targets. Debo may also get a goal line carry. Debo may take one to the house or whatever. Like, Debo just always likes to show off against the Seahawks. So yeah, give me Puka and Debo.
Okay. Somebody wants to know if they should start James Cook or Ladd McConkey.
Cook.
Right. I mean, it's a running.
I don't even know why you even asked that question, because Ladd McConkey is very dependent on Justin Herbert throwing him the ball. James Cook can do it running the ball, and he can catch the passes. So somebody like James Cook, and he doesn't have anybody taking anything away from him. He's the starting running back, and he gets a lot of volume. Give me a starting running back that gets a lot of volume. Understand what the thought process is, because Cincinnati's defense is terrible. So the thought process is, let me play Ladd McConkey. He might be able to do something this week. That 40-point game that Ladd McConkey gave us early in the season, I don't see that happening again. I don't see that happening again. Herbert is going to try to spread the ball around as much as he can. So give me James Cook.
Okay. I don't disagree at all. Somebody says Estime or Etienne.
Probably Estime. I'm done with Etienne.
Yeah, I'm not using Etienne in any scenario at this point.
I'm done with Etienne, and Etienne might not be on that team next year. I like Etienne's talent. I like his talent, but Estime's starting to get the run. I would probably say Estime makes score more fantasy points this week than Etienne, so I'm going with Estime.
Better flex option, Quentin Johnson or Jalen Waddle?
Jalen Waddle started to come alive last week. They're playing the Raiders. I think I may flex Jalen Waddle this week. I think I may flex Jalen Waddle this week. Like I said, this is the game. This is the game that we've all been waiting for. So, yeah.
All right,
I'm
this
expecting to
next
see
one.
good tour this week. Good tour.
Hopefully. This next one, this guy's screwed. He wants to know if he should start Judy, Pearsall, or Dubs. Like I said, he's screwed.
Romeo Dubs, because he's one of the top two guys on his team. Everybody ran out to get Pearsall last week because of his score. Now, granted, I like Pearsall. I like what I see from Pearsall so far. Pearsall runs really good routes, but Pearsall's not one of the top 3 guys on his team as far as targets goes. And Christian McCaffrey's back, so you got to put that into consideration. He's going to play the Jawan Jennings role. Would you start Jawan Jennings last year over Romeo Doubs?
No.
You wouldn't. Now, granted, he caught one and took it to the house last week. That's not going to happen every week. Right. It's not going to happen every week. Debo and Jawan Jennings are the 1A, 1B. Kittle is going to get run, and CMC catches passes. So that leaves Ricky Pearsall the 4th guy. So 3rd or 4th guy. So yeah, I would take a guy who is a 1A, 1B on his team versus somebody who is 3rd or 4th in the pecking order.
Here's a good one. Mark Andrews or Dawson Knox?
Mark Andrews. Dawson Knox hasn't showed me nothing. I understand the idea of thinking that because Kincaid is down, Knox should be able to get some more run, but no. When was the last time Dawson Knox was startable for somebody? Even before Kincaid got there, when was the last time he was startable? Matter of fact, let me go look at Dawson Knox's stats. Let me go look at Dawson Knox stats, because I think he had one decent year, and we all thought that he was going to be something. And clearly, Buffalo knew he wasn't much of nothing. Okay, so he had a good year in 2021. He had 49 catches, 587 yards, and 9 TDs. It's not bad for a tight end.
No.
And in 2022, he had 48 catches for 517 yards and 6 TDs. Now, when did Kincaid come in? Kincaid came in 2023. Kincaid came in 2023. So let me go back and look at Dawson Knox's stats in 2023. Okay, so in 2023, I guess Buffalo felt like they weren't getting what they wanted to get out of Kincaid, and they went and got out of Knox, and they went and got Kincaid after the 2023 season. He had a pretty 2022 season. He had a pretty good 2022 season for a tight end, like 500 yards and 6 TDs. It's not bad.
Right.
But I'm guessing Buffalo said, hey, we want more from the tight end position. So they went and got Kincaid, who easily surpassed him. So I'm not expecting Dawson Knox to do much of nothing. I would trust Andrews more than I would trust Dawson Knox. And that's not to say that Dawson Knox can't have a good game. That's not to say that. But I'm trusting Andrews more because Andrews actually has more of an established chemistry with his quarterback. Like Andrews is more of a number one option on his team than Dawson Knox.
Yes.
So yeah. Give me Andrews.
You're right. You hit that one right on the head.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll make this one the final one. James Cook or Josh Jacobs this week?
Ooh, now that's a good one. That is a good one. I'm going to probably say Jacobs. I'm going to probably
because got Chicago.
Yeah, they're both playing against tough defenses, but Kansas City's defense is better against the run than Chicago's defense. And Josh Jacobs has been getting a lot of carries lately, if I can recall correctly, because I got Josh Jacobs in one of my leagues, and he's been cooking for me. Let me see.
He's definitely going to be having the ball a lot in the fourth quarter in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, Buffalo, Kansas City will probably still be up in the air in the fourth quarter.
So the last game that he had was against it was in November 3rd against Detroit. He had 13 rushes for 95 yards and he had 2 receptions. Against Jacksonville, he had 25 carries for 127. So yeah, he had 12 against Houston for 76, 18 against Arizona for 62. 19 against, I don't know if this is the Chargers or if this is the Rams. It's got to be the Rams. 19 for 73 yards in the TD. So yeah, I'm more inclined to go with Josh Jacobs. Only because you know what? No. Because even though Kansas City's defense is probably like top 3 against the run, I think Cook is going to get enough passing work. He can get enough passing work to where it can put him over top of Jacobs. So yeah, give me Cook.
Okay.
Yeah, give me Cook.
All right. That's all I got for that.
All right. So with that being said, that's going to lead us into our next topic, which is call your shot.
Call your shot.
All right. So G already called his shot. He said Mahomes going to have 2 picks, one at the beginning of the game and one to seal the game. I'm going to call my shot on, and I don't normally do this, but I'm going to call my shot on Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is going to have over 300 all-purpose yards tomorrow. Over 300 all-purpose yards. He's going to score at least 3 TDs. So over 300 all-purpose yards, that's in the air, on the ground, and he's going to score at least 3 TDs, and that's in the air, on the ground. I think that game may turn into a shootout. And this is all the better for fantasy football.
All right, now I'll go out on a limb and say damn. I don't even go on. I'm gonna just fall back to James Cook, who we were just talking about. I'm say 130 and 2 TDs for James Cook.
I was going to say Cook. And I was like, that's a perfect segue. But I was like, you know what? I don't give Lamar Jackson enough props. So let me try to give Lamar Jackson some props. Like, not a fan of the Ravens, but I respect that man. I respect that man. I respect Lamar Jackson way more than I respect Patrick Mahomes.
No, you know what? Give me Justin Jefferson.
You think
I'm
Justin
gonna
Jefferson?
say Justin Jefferson, 9 catches, 150, and a touchdown.
Ooh, you think Justin going to get loose this week on that Tennessee defense?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Sneed's over there, but I don't think that. Yeah.
Okay. I don't. Does Sneed travel or does he?
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever seen him travel.
Oh.
You know who does travel?
Who's that?
LeBron James.
Yes, you do.
All right. This is what you all been waiting for, right? Besides Garfield, this is what you all been waiting for. Without further ado, let me take it away. Let my mans call his shot.
Yeah, word on my brothers and butters, it's your boy Young Krice to Jesus, aka Big Master Meat, aka Mr. Fantastic, also known as Reed Bitches, aka Dickie Pimpkins, and I'm calling my shot, you heard? Today I'm calling my shot on Tyreek Hill. Against the Raiders, Tyreek Hill's gonna remind you why you drafted him top 6, you heard? Them Raiders DBs are about to get cooked. I'm talking well done. Meat falling off the bone like Dak Prescott hamstring. But don't mind me, I just be talking shit. Word to mother, son.
Oh boy. He right now. That was a hell of a pick.
Meat falling off the bone like Dak.
Like Dak just destroying that man.
I seen a video of Dak running around and Cowboy fans saying that Dak is not hurt. They're saying he's not hurt. They're saying that he's faking because the season ain't going how he wanted it to go. It may be some validity to that.
Could be.
It may be some validity to that. I can see it. I can see Dak saying, you know, after Dak says we're trash, like, and they caught him on the sideline saying we're trash. I can see Dak saying, like, yeah, I'm hurt. Hurt. I'm not playing the rest of the season. I can see that.
He shouldn't have signed the contract then. He knew what he was getting into.
Hey, my whole thing is, I don't care what happens. Once I accept that pay, I'm showing up to work. I'm showing up to work. Even if it's not going how I wanted it to go, even if I show up to work and I'm one of the only people there. Everybody else is just not there, so it's more work on me. I signed that contract.
60 mil? Shit.
Yeah. For 60 mil, I'll run a whole plant by myself for 60 mil. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, this is what you signed up for. You signed up to be the quarterback of this team, which means that you are the leader. You're the leader. If you're not hurt, Dak, you need to be playing.
You need to be playing.
It is what it is. 60 million. 60 million. So,
I mean, he should be tanking, but Dak should be playing.
What are we tanking for? What are we tanking for? GT? GT?
No,
is that what we're tanking for?
They're not gonna take him that early. So
they should, because GT's going in the first round.
Yeah.
He's going in the
You're
first
right.
round.
I mean, I would. I mean, but you know how they like to say, don't draft a running back too high. So
absolutely draft a running back high. If you have a team and you got your quarterback, you got your wide receiver, but you're lacking in the running game, why would you not draft a running back high?
Yeah. I mean, you ain't willing to pay double digits for a running back in free agency.
Right.
But you draft a damn running back high. If it's the best running back on the board, he's a real difference maker. What's stopping you? Everybody else's opinions?
Now, if you need help in the trenches, I understand that. You know, you take a trench guy high. Take somebody on the defensive line. You take one of them high. But GT is special, man. He is special. I remember when I got wind of him early this year, and I started posting in our chat about him. He is special. He is special.
Yeah.
That he is special.
You don't see one of those for like every 10 years in college football.
Right.
A running back
Right.
like that.
Right. So, yeah. Without further ado, let's get to the sleeper portion of the game, of the segment of the show. Try to see if we can identify some people that are probably still on your waiver wire that you should be picking up, and you might possibly could start them. So let's see what we got.
Sleeper plays of the week.
Okay, Boulevard, not Kobe Parkinson.
Not Kobe Parkinson. Not me.
Not
for me
Kobe
this week.
Parkinson. Not Kobe Parkinson.
No.
Let's see.
Leaning towards Wicks this week, Dontavian Wicks. I have no solid reason except they're playing the Chicago defense and he's due. I mean, it's been a few weeks since he's really broken out and he hasn't had a touchdown in 3 weeks. He hasn't had even more than 3 targets in the past few weeks. So the game like this where it's going to be wide open and Green Bay can have their way with the defense, Wicks is a solid pickup.
I'm going to tell you somebody who's a solid pickup. Kayshawn Booty or Bowdy, whatever his name is.
His name is
right. I'm going to tell you why he's a good pickup. He's a good pickup because he has been very vocal about wanting more targets. He's been very vocal about this, wanting more targets. And in the last 3 games, he's gotten exactly 6 targets. So if you're in a deeper league, and he's from LSU, and we all know LSU is wide receiver U. So if you're in a deeper league, Kayshawn is not a bad pick. It's not a bad pick. You know, he's like I said, he's had 6 targets in the last and all 3 his last 3 games. He caught 4 of his 6 targets in his last game for 47 yards in the game that they won over the Bears. So I don't think he's the long-term answer. Or he could be. Who knows? Like I say, he's an LSU guy. Who knows? You know, he could blossom into, I mean, first and foremost, being a wide receiver and demanding more targets, that's step 1 to becoming a good wide receiver. Wanting more targets, demanding more targets. The wide receivers I like my wide receivers diva-ish and always wanting the ball. That's how I like my wide receivers. Because that's all the best wide receivers for fantasy football.
They always open and they always want the ball.
Always open and always want the ball. A player that is probably he's not going to play this week. He's not going to play this week, but he's only 20% rostered. That you should pick up and hold if you don't have them. Adam Thielen. Hey, Adam Thielen. Pick up Adam Thielen and hold Adam Thielen. Because I mean, he's coming back. When he comes back, he's probably going to be like the 1B or 1A. And Bryce has actually looked like that benching has done him well. He looks like that benching has done him well. So yeah, pick up Thielen. He was actually cooking before he got hurt a little bit. So yeah, pick him up. Another person I would be interested in looking at. He had his breakout game last week against the Lions. Mechie,
Yeah.
Alabama boy, Mechie. He had 5 receptions on 6 targets for 74 yards and a TD. Stephon Diggs is not coming back this year. He's not coming back this year. Nico Collins is coming back. Of course, Nico's going to get all of the targets. Tank Dell's going to get what's left. But if John Mechie can get the targets that Stephon Diggs was getting, he would get the targets that Tank Dell was getting at that point.
Yeah.
Then that might work. I'm not gonna say he's gonna have 5 for 75 and a TD every week, but in deeper leagues, Mechie's not a bad play.
No, he's not. I mean, especially now with the injuries and Tank Dell declining, like numbers going backwards. Yeah, there's an opportunity for him to make some noise.
So
another guy who's got opportunity to make some noise, Meg Hollins. 1% rostered on Yahoo. 9 catches in the last 2 weeks.
He's due. He's due. And he's due for a touchdown. I don't know when it's coming, but he's due for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, he's due. He's a weird guy, but he's a decent enough player. He makes impact in the game. So,
I think you earlier you asked about Brock Wright. Brock Wright is 0% roster. He is 0% rostered.
Nobody's sweating him.
Not at all. I would like to see what Brock Wright does before I would pick him up. And first and foremost, I want to see how long is Laporta going to be out for. Like if it's just a week, then it's not even worth it. Vele, I spoke about him earlier. Devon Vele. He's 1% rostered in Yahoo leagues. I pick him up. I pick Vele up.
Yeah. At least a stash. At least for a stash.
Yeah. And all of you people that are dropping Jordan Mason, don't drop. If you had Jordan Mason, don't drop Jordan Mason. It's not over for him. We just got to figure out, the 49ers just got to figure out how we're going to, handle the carries going forward. That, what you saw from CMC last Sunday, that was due to game script. I fully expect Jordan Mason to get a lot more run than 1 carry going forward. So you don't drop CMC's handcuff because CMC comes back.
No.
It's CMC we're talking about. Granted, CMC could finish the rest of the season and not get hurt again. Knock on wood. Me personally, I do not want to see nothing else happen to CMC. I want to see CMC go out there and play the next half of the year like he played all of last year. Like, not just for the 49ers, but for the fantasy leagues I got CMC in. I want to see CMC go off. But I would also say that to keep CMC fresh going forward, there's going to be some sprinkles of Jordan Mason in there. Now, Garendo, I'm not sure about Garendo doing much or nothing, but CMC and Mason, I would hold on to Mason. I would definitely hold on to Mason.
Right. He's already proven he can handle the load. So
exactly.
McCaffrey being fragile, it would only be good to keep handing it to Mason instead of making McCaffrey such a strong focus.
Yeah.
More of a decoy, I guess, until the playoffs.
Right. Like, if we go up early in certain games, trust and believe CMC is not going to be out there.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
If we got the game put away well in the third quarter, CMC's not going to be on the field.
Right.
It's going to be Mason. Mason's going to be on the field with a little sprinkling in of Garendo. Mason's going to be on the field. If it was up to me, all 3 of them would be getting some burn. you'd be able to play all three in fantasy football.
Yeah.
Like, to me, the smart thing to do would be to do what Detroit does. You give CMC 15 carries. You give Jordan Mason 15 carries. That way you keep them both fresh. That way you keep them both fresh. You keep running. The defensive lines wear down when you run the ball at them a lot. They wear down. They get tired. They get hurt. Their bodies start hurting. They get tired of hitting. If you got two running backs that you can run at, you can keep them fresh and you can run at the defensive line for the whole game. While CMC and Jordan Mason will be getting their second win, they be tired. They be tired. The defense is tired. So now it's going to be those yards that were probably 4 to 5 yards early in the game. Now they turn into 8, 9, 10 yards. Now you gashing the defense. Now you gashing. So yeah, if you got two running backs that can carry a load, you should run them both and keep them both fresh.
Yes.
Keep them fresh. That's just the smart thing to do, especially when one of them has a history of injuries. I would want to keep that guy fresh.
Yes. Because the end game is not next week. The end game is January.
Exactly.
You want him there in January.
Exactly.
You're winning with what you're doing now, so you don't need to make him such a target.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's the word I'm looking for. He doesn't need to be your focus.
Right. So I would be picking Jordan Mason up. I have a feeling. I got a feeling that Kyle Shanahan is going to figure that out, and he's going to do what's right. So I had Jordan Mason. I have Jordan Mason in a lot of leagues. I'm not dropping Jordan Mason. Not at all. Not at all. So yeah.
Well, he's still sitting at 57% in Yahoo.
I just scrolled a lot of my leagues. The leagues that, well, let me just say, I scrolled the leagues that I didn't have Jordan Mason in. And I'm looking at Jordan Mason sitting in the free agent pool. And I'm like, okay.
He's dropped 15% in Yahoo in the last day. So people are definitely backing away from Mason.
Mason will be sitting comfortably on my bench. He was sitting comfortably on my bench. But that was the sleeper portion of the week. It's week 11. It is week 11. At this point, it's barren. It's feast or famine. Unless some injuries happen going forward, it's going to be like that. Knock on wood, because I don't want no injuries, no more injuries in fantasy football. Like I want all these guys being healthy going forward, because our teams need that. Our teams need y'all healthy. The playoffs are coming up soon. It was like 5 more weeks into the playoffs, fantasy football playoffs.
Actually, I have no idea now that they moved it.
I think it's like 4 or 5 weeks. Like 4 or 5 weeks. So I need to get by the next 2 weeks in our league. I need to get by the next 2 weeks and not take no L's. Because I'm trying to I got like a 2 or 3 game lead for first place. And I want to keep that. I want to keep that.
I'm just trying to get it in the door, and then I'll worry about that.
What position are you in?
You're
like third. You're like third.
Yeah.
Second or third.
Yeah. I'm in contention in every league, really.
There's a couple I'm not in contention in. It's about 2 or 3 out of the 13 leagues I play in. It's about 2 or 3 leagues. It's about like 2 or 3 leagues. I'm just cooked in.
This team's in. I got a 6th place team, but they 5-5, so they ain't even out of it.
We talking in the Avengers League?
No, it's in the Wire. I got a 5-5 team. Avengers
and you got one of the highest scoring teams in that league too.
Yeah. Like I got solid teams there, so I'm not too worried about it. I just got to get into the playoffs, and then I'll just worry about that. But
right, yeah. The goal is to get to the playoffs. Anything can happen once you're there.
Yeah,
anything can happen once you're there.
Mm.
So
just watch the wires.
What up?
Wait for somebody to slip up.
What I'm thinking about doing in all the leagues I'm commissioning, I'm thinking about making the playoffs, because the playoffs are usually like week 14, 15, and 16.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about making that shit week 13. The playoffs start week 13 if I could do that. Because the closer you get to the end of the actual NFL season, the less players that are supposed to play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would know in week 15, nobody's sitting out versus week 16.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something to think about. But that's our show for today.
Yep.
I hope you guys had fun with this, getting it earlier than Sunday morning. But we'll be back. We'll be back to you guys at our normal time, normal hour. And anything else, Boulevard? Anything else you want to say to the people?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm satisfied.
All right. Support Boulevard over at Live from the Bench. And we are out.
Thank you for watching a Fantasy Football Adventures podcast. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Links in the description.